Ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
It's a path. We're walking.
The ground's moist, but it's not muddy. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already. That's a big lake.
It's kind of purple. Looks poisonous.
I think it's just water.
Yeah, water with poison in it. Mountains.
Nope. They're too steep and too smooth to be mountains. They're more like cliffs.
Whatever they are, they go all the way around the lake, like a barrier. That's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
Rocks,
Fascinating.
aren't they?
I tied the boat up to the mooring post, so it'll stay put. For now. Probably.
Loving the confidence. The ground's moist. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already. It's a garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent, wooden wind chimes.
It's just an archway, but it seems a little ominous. Like walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late.
The ground's moist. Wonder how often it
I
rains.
cannot believe how exciting.
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard. A bench of solid cold stone.
My favorite kind.
It's a path through the garden. Leads up to the house, I assume. And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be. Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No. It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second. This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not going to solve this just yet.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
It's not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet. It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed
It's
to
not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange? That leads back to the gardens.
It's not soil, it's stone.
Oh,
What?
oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tower.
Twir. Oh,
What?
oh,
Oh yeah. Tangle.
twir.
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
A path leading towards the stone square.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
It's red, but I don't think it's painted. It's just red. Which one do you think came first? The tree or the house?
The age-old question. Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody. Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah. Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
Now, it's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree. Lord Remington.
He sounds important. Lady Remington.
I think I have one of those in my bathroom. Flora Remington.
I think she's mentioned in our case file. Primrose Remington.
I always liked the name Primrose.
Do you think she still lives here?
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations. Lady Pointer.
How do you become a lady? I want to be a lady. Percival Pointer. He married into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here?
Pandora Pointer.
All this alliteration isn't happening by accident, is it?
Do you think she still lives here?
Buck Brackley.
What a name.
Do you think he still lives here?
Penelope Pointer.
Half Pointer, half Brackley.
Do you think she still lives here?
Fiona Fellow. Dead center. She must be important.
She's half Fellow and half Remington.
Do you think she still lives here? Felix Fellow. Looks like he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here?
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names? Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Flint Fellow.
A purebred fellow, if there ever was one. Married a randomer, though.
Do you think he still lives here?
Emily Everstone. Do you think she still lives here? Fitz Fellow. Half Fellow, half Everstone.
Do you think he still lives here?
Damien Dusk.
Whoa. Is it too late to change my name to Detective Dusk?
It's Freya's father. Do you think he still lives here?
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's mother.
Do you think she still lives here? Freya Fellow. She's barely related to the main family at all. Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all. A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion? This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
How very perceptive of you. A door.
Oh, what's behind it?
A room.
It's not locked.
Stairs.
Stairs? Let's take a look at that painting first. The outline of Freya Fellow looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again. Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the paint. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Let's take a look at that painting first. There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. Almost. Maybe just change one. Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife, It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Flora... Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now. Flora... Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried. Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible? Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall. A bunch of old books, covered in dust now, but they look well read.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones. It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstone.
Just gonna rest my brain.
Is that an egg? An egg.
It's also what a completely ordinary... Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
Got it.
I'm impressed. Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right? Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go. It's piano music. Someone humming a tune. Freya's painting supplies. Freya's painting supplies. There it is. The unfinished portrait.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way. The outline of Freya fell out. There's a single patch of blood. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again. That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing? That's the one.
Hey, not bad. Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
A Spyglass to the Stars, volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition. Pretty.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start
A picture frame.
with no picture.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally? Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
Always a good roll.
It's too cloudy to see.
It's also daytime.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return, nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I say hi.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening. I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.